The artist and writer Hannes Bok originally wrote and published The Sorcerer ship in the 1940s. This lyrical fantasy novel concerns an ordinary New York office worker named Jean who, while swimming, gets drawn through a magical whirlpool. When he is certain he is going to drown, an archaic-looking ship comes by and he's pulled on board. Jean is shocked to discover he is no longer on Earth, and even more shocked when two men, Caspel and Frore, begin trying to enlist his aid to sabotage the other and manipulate the opinions of their princess, Siwara. Caught between these rival factions and with the fate of a kingdom on the line, Jean tries to manage a mutiny and the ship veering off course to a mysterious island that may be the home of the gods. Right up front, I'm going to say this book did not really work for me. This is not to say it's bad. I don't think it's poorly executed. But what this book is about and how Bok goes about telling the story just did not engross me. Part of the problem is that the whole time, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was reading a lesser version of A. Merritt's The Ship of Ishtar. You can find a link to a review of that book by Grammaticus in this video's description. Another aspect of this novel that kept irritating me was that no one behaves like an adult. This situation works for some characters, but for others, like Jean or Caspel or Frore, it is definitely a weakness. Were this book to be written today, it would certainly be a young adult portal fantasy. As it stands, The Sorcerer's ship can't quite measure up to other similar stories. It lacks the satire of L. Frank Baum's Oz books or Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. It's not as overflowing with wonder like the stronger books in the Narnia series by C.S. Lewis, and it cannot muster the energy or power fantasy of most isekai stories. By far the most interesting character in the novel is Yanuk, a merman-type creature who has been lifted up by a godlike being to have increased intelligence, immortality, and psychic powers. He is also lonely and craves companionship. He is like the most cheerful and depressed cast-off of Innsmouth. However, he does not appear until the halfway point, and he complains quite a bit. Also, the plot has to repeatedly sideline him, otherwise he would easily solve several of the later conflicts. If this book sounds like it's your speed, though, you may also want to check out an earlier review I did in this box of paperbacks over Red Moon and Black Mountain. It contains a lot of the same ideas and, to my mind, is a better overall novel. But what do you, the audience at home, think? Have you read The Sorcerer's Ship or any of the other stories by Hannes Bok? Should I have tempered my criticism by focusing more on the novel's descriptions and imagery? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Next up in the box of paperbacks is Stephen King's supernatural crime novel, Later. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my peculiar notions. If you appreciate this channel and want to support it, you know what to do. You can also take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel of another YouTube creator you enjoy. Otherwise, their videos will get sucked into the whirlpool of the algorithm. Until next time, read some good books, live, and be well.